Thank you for inviting me to the panel. I have a little different background. My background is technical, but so I think I will tell a little bit about myself and my career. I've been in this industry for a long time. Before I do that, one of I think the biggest changes in terms of diversity and women that I've seen during my career in the industry has really been that women actually support each other today. That has not been my experience in the past. It's almost quite the contrary. So that's fantastic. So I'm from Finland. I'm one of the #1 countries, and I must say, growing up in Finland, we in our language we don't even have he and she. So it's very gender equal in many ways. And my mother always worked, and just like my father, so it never even occurred to me that this was an issue until much later in my life. So very fortunate, very lucky in that sense that I was able to really live until my adult life without even realizing there was an issue. And I'm not trying to tell that, hey, it didn't happen to me. I'm just saying that I'm very lucky. So I, just making the story a little shorter, I am an engineer. I have a degree in mechanical engineering, first in Finland, and then naval architecture and offshore engineering in the US. I have a PhD from UC Berkeley. So I've lived in Finland, in the US and UK. And my career has been very global. I've worked in shipyards around the world, Asia, US, Europe. So have a very global experience. I have always adjusted my career to be able to have family. And I have 2 boys. They are grown up now. And sorry, I was at the Brazil party last night, and it was very loud. So I'm losing my voice. So one of the things that I would like to change, and it's not something IMO can change directly, is the timeline for women's career is different from men. And that is very difficult to change. And it's almost like you are, for many, many years, you're told you're too young, you don't have enough experience, and then one morning you wake up and you're too old.
Yes.
You're too old. You don't have potential anymore, you're too old. And the timeline is different because even though I always worked, I never took time off from work, I always worked, but I adjusted what I did and how I did it when my kids were young. So I realized that that's not something IMO can change directly, but indirectly there are issues such as maternity leave and things that would allow some recognition that there is different demands that women have simply because we do have kids, and even if you have supportive partners, it's still a lot of it is just physically your part to carry, literally. So that's one thing. The other thing really is the numbers. So when I started working in technical field in the industry, there really were no women. I mean, I really don't remember many women that. I've never had a female supervisor. I've had maybe women working for me that I can count with one hand. So, and do numbers matter? I think they do matter because I think one of the things that we do need is role models. And I think that's something that IMO can change. So I was just at MEPC a couple of weeks ago, and if you look at the top table there, yeah, there were maybe 1 or 2 women, but it's men in the top positions. And I'm not trying to downgrade at all the supporting positions; those are important too. But we need more women at the top table. And that is something that IMO can make a difference. And because to me, role models are more important than mentors. A lot of time people ask me, did you ever have a mentor? And I didn't. And I don't think I need a mentor any more than men need mentors. I really can handle myself. But I certainly would have liked to have role models, people that I can talk about things who could understand what I'm talking about. Not that I haven't had supportive male colleagues, but there are a lot of things that they don't share with me. It's not easy to share certain things, like sanitary napkins. Although, of course, having not been seafaring, it's not exactly the same issue, but still, you go to a shipyard, and in the past, there were not necessarily toilets for women, and the shipyard toilets are not always so nice. But
not always there are toilets.
that as well, yeah. So I think role models are more important than mentors, and so that is one thing I would like to see also in IMO at the top table, more women. Lastly, I'll tell you a little story, because to me this is really, and you I think really made an important point about how women are now supporting each other. I was one of the early members of WISTA when WISTA was established. I no longer am a member. And that's because, and it's not because I shouldn't be, I really should be, but I went to some of the early meetings, and it was, I felt like I get enough abused by men, I don't need to be abused by women. And that's something that to me is really so nice to see that has changed. So that's